the impossible, then do it twice.
Yo. Welcome back. This Sunday is a hot Sunday topic to a Rebirth of a Queendom with Lady T. This is me, Lady T, here on IntellectualRadio.com. And thank you guys for tuning in to my show. I appreciate y'all for coming in and coming out. This is gonna be a real hot topic today. We have a guest that's calling in. He's in LA right now, so he's not going to be here. But you'll hear his voice. He's talking about a lot of good things. But at the end, we're going to talk about this hot topic that happened here in Chicago at the Chicago Transit Authority. I want to take everybody feels and all of that to see how they think about the whole situation. Um, so we got that going on. So once again, I want to say this is me, Lady T, here on IntellectualRadio.com. You are listening to a Rebirth of a Queendom radio with me, Lady T. I've been back for a minute, y'all, and I'm still going as fold, doing what I got to do, bringing the guests in, so you guys can giving you all kind of good information that we need to uphold with our health and with our minds. We got the gift of laugh. That's the best medicine in the world. But there's also certain things that you also can do to keep all your energies positive and not having bad energy in your area of livelihood. So my guest today, I have Mr. Viral. He's calling in from LA, right?
I'm from San Jose. Yeah.
About 27,000 minutes from LA, yeah. Depending on the traffic, huh?
Yeah.
so introduce yourself and tell me about yourself. What do you do?
Sure. Yeah. So thank you so much, first of all, Lady T, for having me here on the radio show. My name is Viral Kajuria. I am a software engineer by profession, but what I really am interested in, what really drives me, is the fact that I teach this workshop called the Sky Breath Meditation Workshop. And that's something that I did about 15 years ago, which really brought a lot of transformation to my life. And ever since the last decade, I've been teaching this to many different people all around the world.
Okay, so can you give me some what kind of explain to them what the sky breath meditation is?
Oh yeah, absolutely, sure. So so if you look in life, there's one thing that everybody really wants, right? Everybody's looking for happiness. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. But what happens is, as we go through different situations in life, life is not always rosy. We go through ups and downs in life. We go through challenges. We go through obstacles. We go through failures. And when we go through these different negative situations in life, what kind of emotions do we experience?
Okay. Sometimes. Yeah. Okay. So, how does it work? Like if you give them expressions of, the expressions of how it actually works. I've been
Oh yeah.
meditating for a long time now. As we spoke yesterday, I told you about it. I
Right.
meditate quite often. Meditation, manifestation, prayer, all that good stuff. Even though you can put manifestation and also prayer together as basically that's prayer. So
Right.
we're talking to the creator when we want something in our affirmations, we are telling ourselves this is what we are. But can you give them an outlook on what exactly, like what does it actually bring in as
hmm
a stress reliever?
Absolutely. Yeah. So let me give you an example, right? So, as we go through all these negative situations in life, right, what we do is we experience negative emotions. Like sometimes we get angry at things. Sometimes, we get, frustrated at things. Sometimes we are feeling depressed, right? Sometimes we are feeling anxiety and fearful about the future or something. So all these different emotions that we experience in life, we do not know how to handle them, isn't it? Meaning, a lot of different people will tell us that, these emotions are not good, but what we don't know is how to handle them when they arise. So how this practice is different than, for example, the meditation and other things that we do. Here, we use breath as the medium to get rid of those negative emotions that we experience. And I will give you an example. For example, when we are angry, our breath changes. We are breathing fast. And, for example, we are saying somebody is huffing and puffing when they are angry. Yes?
Right.
And then when we are sad, our exhalation is longer. Like we say, oh, God, right? What happened? My exhalation was longer. There's this word called sigh. Yeah?
Right.
So there is a rhythm of breath which is associated with every emotion. And what we do in the sky breath meditation is we reverse this principle so that we breathe in very specific rhythms. We breathe in different rhythms, so the stresses which are associated with the negative emotions like anger or fear or anxiety, it gets released through the breath. And what happens is you feel very light, very relaxed, and your mind is free from all the stresses and tensions that you are holding on to it. So what results is a calm mind, a happy mind, and a free mind. So you are able to live more happily, joyfully, and you are more efficient and productive in anything that you are doing. So this is a great tool which is not known by many people. Because what happens is when you just meditate with the instructions, your mind is active because you are hearing, you are listening to the instructions, and you're trying to do some things as per the instructions. So there is the degree of activity, and the mind does not get total rest. But in the sky breath meditation, we are using breath as a tool to calm down the mind and release the stresses which are stored on the mind as we go through different events in life.
Okay, so if you have PTSD, some say,
Yes.
How would that work together? How would that go hand in hand with PTSD if you use this particular meditation?
Absolutely. So if you try to just, dig down into PTSD, what is PTSD? PTSD is a deep trauma which is resulted from some event that you have witnessed or you have been part of. Yes?
Yes.
Now, so this trauma is a deep impression on the mind. It's a very strong impression on the mind. And every time there's a memory of that PTSD or, just that, the memory of what has happened, it again causes certain emotions to come up. Right?
Right.
So in the sky breath meditation, it's a practice that is done over 3 days, just 3 days, 3 hours each day, where we go through different rhythms of breath in the sky meditation, and it releases all those traumatic impressions which is there on the mind, and it lets go of them. So you feel much lighter. In fact, there is a website which treats veterans with PTSD. I'm not sure, if you know, but one of the large community in our society is veterans who are suffering from PTSD because they've been through very traumatic experiences in war in different parts of the world.
Yeah,
and at some point, there were 22 veterans committing suicide every single day. So if you go to the website, it's called Project Welcome Home Troops.
Project
Welcome Home Troops.com. You will see that, all the veterans who have gone through the sky breath meditation, they have found tremendous relief from their PTSD symptoms.
Okay. So with that being said, that like basically you have the veterans that seen everything that went on over it. We can go all the way back to Saudi, or maybe all the way, they call it shell shock from Vietnam. When they came home from Vietnam, they was basically shell shock. So basically that's taking a part of PTSD as well, correct?
Right. That is right. It could be many different experiences. It could be whatever they have been through. It could be they have seen their friends going through it. They might have been, seen loss of lives, or it could be just the lives of other people that they've seen suffer. But all those things, they form strong impressions on the mind, on the memory. And then breath is a very, very great tool to heal all those things that we have been through in the past. So there's a lot of healing that can happen through the breath. And, I would say every person, not just people with traumatic incidents, but in general, any person can use these tools to remain healthy, to let go of the past trauma, to heal from the past trauma, as well as be resilient, efficient, productive, and happy.
That sounds good. I had to like the word happy at the end of anything. It's like happy. You can breathe with the sigh, so I see that on all
Mhm.
entities and so on and so forth. Quick question. What are
Yeah.
all the, before I ask the next question after that, what type of meditations, if you don't do the sky breath meditation, what other meditations that you can actually do?
Meaning, so those who cannot do the sky breath meditation.
Right. Is there any other type of meditations that they have that,
Mhm.
to get rid of the negative energies and so on and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, so there are different tools. There are guided meditations, of course, that you can do. I would say guided meditations would be a good start if somebody is totally new and they just want to try something out. Guided meditation helps, but it doesn't go in depth to the degree that the sky breath meditation does.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
see.
guided meditations, like anybody can go to the website artofliving.org, and you will find plenty of meditations there that they can practice and check out of what it is.
Okay. Now, my question is the chakras. How do you figure out where your chakras are blocked? We have from the root
Mhm.
chakra all the way up to the crown chakra. So, can you give some type of explanations on that?
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, this is a common term. It's been there since ancient times, the chakras or the energy centers, and I'll explain you what those mean. Now, if you look at our body has different energy centers. The chakras, essentially, in simple words, they mean energy centers. And the reason they are called as energy centers is because the energy is stored in those places in a subtle form. So the seven chakras that we have, they are along the spine. So the bottommost, the lowest chakra, or the first chakra, is at the base of the spine. Right where the base of the spine is, that's our first chakra. And that chakra has two emotions: enthusiasm and inertia, one positive and one negative. It's the same energy that can manifest when the energy is going up. You feel enthusiastic, energetic, you have interest in life. And when the same energy is going down, that's when you feel inertia, dullness, you feel like not participating in anything. So that's the first chakra. Then the second chakra is 4 inches below the navel. That's the chakra of creativity or procreativity. When the energy goes up, then there's a lot of creativity that is happening, meaning you get new ideas. You feel like, painting something, doing a new dish, cooking a new dish. You come up with creative ideas when the energy is going up in the second chakra. But when the same energy goes down, then you are more engaged in lustful activities. That's the second chakra. The third chakra is at the navel area where there are 4 emotions: greed, jealousy, generosity, and joy. That's why, a Buddha is depicted with a big belly, a laughing Buddha,
Mm-hmm.
or Santa Claus. Why? Because it indicates generosity. Like that, there is the fourth chakra is at the heart center. And the heart center stores 3 emotions: love, hatred, and fear. So one is positive and two negative. So you might have seen, when you are suddenly scared, you put your heart on your hand on the heart. Why? Because that's naturally where you are feeling the energy. That's the heart chakra. Suddenly somebody scares you, right? You say,
Correct.
oh my God. And where does the hand go? On your heart.
On top of it.
And then we have the throat chakra. And there are two emotions, grief and gratitude. So you might have observed when somebody is in grief, their throat chokes, they are unable to speak. And the same is true when they are full of gratitude. Then the sixth chakra is in between the eyebrows, and it has two emotions, anger and alertness. One positive and one negative. That's why you might see that some people who are very alert, they are the ones also tend to get very angry as well. And then the top of the head is the just seventh chakra, is just one emotion, it's bliss. Now what we need to understand is that it's the same energy that moves and stores these emotions, and we can cleanse these emotions through very specific meditations. So there is a meditation program that you can do after you do the sky breathing meditation, which also cleanses the chakras and removes the negative emotions from the chakras so that you are just left with the positive emotions, and that is your very nature.
Okay, so that any of
Mm-hmm.
so basically what you have is all the chakras from the root all the way to the crown. So if you see any of them that are so happen to be I'm trying to say is any of them, because we always say, oh, one of my chakras are blocked, stop spinning,
Yes.
or it hasn't stopped spinning, but there's something going on with that one, something I'm feeling this type of way. How do you know which one it is?
Right. So it depends on what kind of emotion you're experiencing. So like I said, different chakras, they're associated with different emotions. If it's inertia, it's the base of the spine. If it is fear or hatred, it's the heart center. If it is grief, it's the throat center. So like that, these are different chakras. And through the sky, it helps a lot with cleansing those chakras as well.
Okay.
That's why the sky breathing is so important. It's so if you observe, if you just do a regular guided meditation, you would feel good for sure, but the impact might not last longer. After a while, you might feel that, oh, my mind is back to where it was. If you want to do a greater degree of cleansing, I would highly recommend the sky breathing meditation. Because what happens is when you do it through the breath, then the cleansing is much deeper and the impacts last much longer. So that is the beauty, because what we want at the end of the day is we want to be free from the negative emotions that we experience in life.
That's cool. Can you tell the intellectual world and the people that you shared with, where can we find you on what are your social media platforms? Are you on YouTube, or just let everybody know where you are?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So Art of Living is a non-profit organization that was started more than 40 years ago. And, just a week back, we completed 40 years of service. So this non-profit organization, the website is called artofliving.org. It has a presence in more than 150 countries. But what I would suggest is, if you go there, you might find a lot of information and you might not know where to begin. So I would say I'll give you another website, which is where you can find me. If you go to tiny.cc,
Can you spell that?
tiny, TINY.cc, Charlie, / unwind now, one word, tiny.cc / unwind now. I have my email address and my phone number there. So feel free to connect with me and I can guide you through, how you can begin your journey on, this path.
Okay, yeah, spiritual path. That's basically the spirituality thing. So yeah, we believe me, I'm going to contact you anyway. My aunt, Chef T, she's been speaking positive about you for a long time since she's been doing the Zoom with you.
Right.
With the sky breath meditation. So yeah, I'm really about to get on that to check it out because a couple of my chakras are blocked and I just don't know which ones they are. So I gotta
Hmm.
check it out. My
Absolutely,
meditation has to
absolutely.
get better. I mean, I'm a
Yeah.
bad meditator every so often. I be on it, on it, on it, on it. The next thing you know, I'm just gonna chill out for a while and see what happens. So
Right. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, the intention that I want to get ahead in life is the job is half done. Often, what happens is people get stuck with all the different emotions. They do not know how to get out of it. So, what happens? They resolve to other alternatives like, smoking or alcohol or drugs, doing other things just to get rid of the pain that they have in the mind. But guess what? Those alternatives are short lived. You cannot get rid of the pain through this means. You have to get to the root of it. So when you do this sky breath meditation, you are rooting out, the foundation of the pain. You're just getting rid of those negative emotions so that you can experience joy, lightness in life. And that is what everyone is seeking.
yes, yes, that's what they are. So I'm glad to speak with you today. We have another topic that we got coming up, but I'm going to give you a call once I leave here so I can get all your information as well. And I'm really thinking I thank you so much for calling in and basically it's a great conversation. I'm learning more. Even I've been meditating now. Like I told you, it's been a few years
Hmm.
since I've been meditating and all that good stuff.
Right.
So like I said before, I really need to get back on it and this right here, I think I'm gonna check this on out first. But once again, I would like to thank you again, Viral,
Yeah.
and
Thank-
I'm on it. Starting
All right.
probably
Thank you
what
so much for having me. I really appreciate you having me. Thank you so much, Lady T.
No, no, thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for, choosing a Rebirth of a Queendom radio to, to get you on my platform so I can see and let my people know what you're doing in life and stuff like that to help us out with our chakras and our meditations. So I
All
really
right.
enjoyed our conversation and thank you so, so much. So what I'm about to do now, I'm going to take a break with y'all real quick and we coming back with y'all about the CTA incident. It's a couple of them that you guys don't know about, but tune in. Give us a call here at 708-223-8953 on intellectualradio.com. This is a Rebirth of a Queendom radio with Lady T, which is me. Talk to yourself.
One time, for the babies on the south side, the east side, the west side, the north side, Chi-town. Hey, oh. Do, 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 do. There's a song in your song. It can flow from short to long. In your song, you are the story. Getting past your past, struggling with your past. It'll pass. It'll pass. You're there, over there. You're torn from where and there. It'll bear. You'll get there. I know what I know. I suffered more than you know. Yet I can grow in the cold, in the cold. There's always something inside of you.
Yo, welcome back to a Rebirth of a Queendom radio here with the Lady T, which is myself. I have my oh Jesus, they TikToking. But I have I'm about to recap of what the show what I talked about. which was the incident that happened yesterday at 95th Street Red Line. They keep calling it Roseland, but it's in between. We got the Princeton Park area. We had the West Chesterfield area, 0100 West 95th Street. We right in the middle on top of the expressway. But I want to talk about this situation that happened on the 26th, which is I want to know how you guys feel about this situation. We had an incident that should not have what Chatham as well. That should not have happened. But me, on the other hand, I work for the Chicago Transit Authority as well. And that's been a hot spot for a long time. We have from the teenagers out there smoking weed with the CAs, or, we don't know how that worked. But the incident took place about like 1 in the morning. The CA came out the booth. Well, we got the video where it started. You know how I say what happened before that particular incident and why did it happen? That's where I see things. I understand that he is the aggressor after a certain amount of time, after he got embarrassed. From what we've seen was that the CA, which is the operator, well, he's not an operator, he's a CSR, came out the booth. He was walking towards the individual. The individual was telling him, from what I was hearing, to get back, get back. I can hear a little bit of what the CSR was saying, but we just kept hearing, get back, get back. The individual pushed the CSR, which is the CTA employee, knocked him down, and I feel that he was embarrassed that that particular thing happened to him. He got up, the guy ran, he pulled out a gun, shot 12 times down a flight of stairs next to the escalator. My thing is, you hit the man. Okay, now you hit him, you're going to jail for attempted murder. Technically, right now, you're sitting in the county. We don't have the safety at CTA. Once you do certain things, you turn into the aggressor. That's it. That's all. I know many operators that made been YouTube famous because of what they've done. One operator got off the bus and beat a guy up. Was another operator that grabbed a person and because she hit him while he was driving and kicked her off the bus in Algale Gardens. Um, we also have what happened Monday. Monday at the same location, which is at 95th and the Red Line between State and Lafayette, where I grew up at. So it's a lot of instances that happens over there, but it was a guy that missed his bus. From what the story that it came out and said, the man missed his bus, the 95th Street bus. Instead of going to the window, there's so many different stories, but instead of him going to the window, speaking to the supervisor, he walked inside the supervisor's booth. Tried to jump on the supervisor. You had operators that were in there, sitting there waiting for their buses to come, tried to help, and there was one individual operator that was hurt. What I scream all day, this is my views. I've been screaming this before anything that was going on. You can have different people come and talk about how they feel about the situation. I scream safety. I don't scream. How would you screaming money, but you don't understand? But what do you guys think about this? I need for you guys to call in 708-223-8953 to give me your personal opinion, which since you've seen it on the news. And the newscasters basically say, yo, this is what happened. This is what we seen. This is what was going on. Just like the operator that got the man, he was getting ready to fight the one particular operator, but didn't see the other operator get off his bus, come try to help our operator. You know what I'm saying? We help each other. That's it. I don't care what you're talking about. If something is going on, I don't care how much I dislike you. I'm going to get off the bus and help you out. So this is how I feel. Hold on one sec. Let me check you out. Thank you for calling. Rebirth of a Queendom. This is Lady T. Who am I speaking with today?
Chef T.
Hey, Chef. Oh, hey, how you doing, Chef T? How you feeling today? So
I'm good.
That's great. So how do you feel about that particular situation? I know you probably seen it on the news, and I know y'all get worried about me when it comes down to certain stuff like that because I do drive the bus, so I wear many hats. So what do you think about that? You probably seen it on my feed.
Yeah, I did. Here's my point, my problem with a lot of the anger that we see on the expressways, in the streets, on especially in the city of Chicago. I'm going to say two things. First thing is this. Some years ago, I want to say maybe 1996, Daley decided to knock down, and y'all don't come for me for what I'm about to say, knock
No,
down the
believe me, they
project.
not.
And so the projects had a concentration of people that were never trained or given, some form of ability to know how to deal with life when those projects were destroyed. And they dispensed people throughout the community. So it's like taking cancer and putting it, everywhere. You spread it. And so now you got that one piece there, and I'll finish that point in a second. And then you have social media, the disconnection of human connection and community. And so everybody's angry about something. And instead of them being able to communicate in a manner of talking as a normal, logical person who assesses life, we choose to use an attachment of a gun or other associated things and cause anger, as if I shoot you, after the scene's over, you're going to get up and walk away. This is real life. And so we've got all of this pent up anger that we don't know what to do with. And because we made things so easy that we don't really know how to appropriately, dispense the energy that we have. And so we shoot it out on each other. This is a setup sociologically. So let me back up a little bit. Look at when the increase of the metropolitan area of Chicago got really bad. You name the neighborhood, West Chesterfield, attached to Princeton Park, attached to the Lowden homes, attached to Chatham. Those were very upper middle class areas, a little further down Beverly. Now those areas are probably some of the more racier areas. And then in the inner city of 79th Street, you've got a lot of gun violence there.
Oh,
but it was after the projects were broken down. And now you've got all of these individuals that are walking around that was never given any opportunity to be trained. And I hate to use the term trained, but nobody showed them how to live in a home. Nobody showed them what they're supposed to do when it's not their property. Nobody showed them any of those things. They just released them. And then in the late part of the 2000s, somehow on the 9, there was a train that got broken into, just so happened to be full of semi-automatic weapons. How the hell does that happen?
Right. I mean,
so
that right
now
there.
we've got all of this. Okay, so we got all of this stuff out here dispensed for our people to commit to commit all these crimes against each other, and we find this odd. It used to be you could drive on the expressway and at least there would be no gun violence on the expressway. But because of social media, because of movies, and because of all of this dynamic, we think that we can shoot like cowboys on the expressway. So this is part of the process of where we are today, of detaching ourselves and becoming more angrier. We don't communicate like we're supposed to. We can't look each other in the eyes. Everything is social media. Everybody wants to be an overnight sensation. Everybody wants to get on YouTube and TikTok and all of that kind of stuff so we can have followers, so we can be the next, whatever that girl's name is from Tabitha Brown. We want to be the next her. Right. And so, we're trying to do anything we can so somebody can look at us, to see us, to watch us, because we need to be needed. Right. But we're angry because we can't figure it out. And I say we because we all got anger issues. You just heard Vitarell talk about, breathing and things of that nature. But that costs money that they don't have. So what we going to do? I'm going to take it from you. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to fight you because I can't get on the bus because I missed my bus. So I act a fool like that? Come on.
I mean,
that's some childlike behavior.
Right. See, you grew up in that area over that, I did because you're my auntie. But we grew up in that area. We talking about how Harlan High School went down, how Gillespie School is not not like it used to be. If you drive up Roseland down Michigan Avenue, down Michigan, you looking like, oh my God, you see a store here, a store there. Then you see that, okay, I don't see any activity until I get to 111. Once I pass 111, get down to 115, it's back down. You don't have anything else. You have the mosque that's over there. They still boarded that up just to be safe, but the mosque is still there. You still have certain little bitty stores that once you start seeing it slim down, that's when we get into the West Pullman area. And then once we get into the West Pullman area, which has changed a whole lot. It changed so much. A friend of mine that I went to grammar school with, went to Gillespie with, Shanita. She's gone. She was shot on 100 and I want to say 117th down the
Over
hill
some dumb stuff, right?
over something stupid. She was getting ready to go to a whole party and everybody was texting her. Come to find out, she's dead, because she got shot in that particular area. The last text message that any of us got back that day was that, okay, well, text me when you walk out the door. When she hit us and said she was on her way out, that was the last text message we received from her. And it was a group text. So it's crazy that, as like you just said, is gentrification because of the projects being torn down from the low end, where your mom, your dad, which is my grandparents, they came up in that area. Ida B. Wells, they're gone. You have the Icky projects, they're still there, but they moved down to certain areas, and then you still get
Yeah, but
gunfire.
it was a different time then. What I'm saying to you though is that when we look at these projects and what was going on inside the project, I used to work on 35th Street by the Itchy building.
Yeah.
And when those times were there, when they had everybody in that place, that's where the concentration of the most highest form of violence was at that time. Now that I'm moving them out and I've destroyed that environment, that patch, that pocket, and then I displace these people and put them in all of the communities, now I've spread the cancer all over. If you just think about this daily wanting to get the downtown area back. So we didn't know what we had. And I say we because there are people, right? We didn't know what we had. We were 2 minutes away from downtown, but we didn't, appreciate it. So they said, knock it down and send them somewhere else. And now we send them somewhere else. And the other people or people with more money, have gotten that community that's closer than, that's right downtown where they can walk to work. And now all of this violence is everywhere, right?
Correct.
And it's constant with us killing one another. We say Black Lives Matter to whom?
Not
because
to us.
if we really matter to us, then we would be out here marching like we used to with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and those days back in the day with the Black Panthers and what have you, bringing back the respect that we have as a people. We are some of the greatest people on earth. So don't get it twisted. We still are great. We got just too much energy displaced and not being able to apply it to where it needs to be. This is an interesting subject for me to talk about because I've been saying this before they decided to break it down. I said, this is not going to end good.
All right.
Not for LA. For Chicago. They call us Chirac. And we feel like that's some big thing
And
to say. That
makes me so mad when I hear that. When you telling me I live in Chirac. No, I live in Chicago. I don't live in Chirac. If you want to know something with the end of Iraq on it, go on to Iraq. Go to Iran. If you want to fight and shoot one another, go on over there. Ukraine needs some people. I mean, if you want to do all that, that's where you need to go. If you want to fight all that. Like the situation, like I said yesterday, the situation with the CSR over at CTA, I got mixed feelings. I just want to know what happened before. They want to come down on me about the situation, like, well, he was the aggressor, this, that, and the other. Understand that. I understand that he was the aggressor, but before this man got pushed down and he was embarrassed, something had to happen before that. So you got a whole time lapse. What went on before that individual pushed him down? Well, we arguing. If you couldn't argue over fair because we got boxes up there at 95th, so you ain't got to talk to the CA at all. Period. You don't have to talk to CSR at all, except to ask them what time is that next train. That's it. Just like they have the signs up there at 95th right now, and it shouldn't have happened for where the supervisor and them were fighting up there at 95th because of safety. I've been screaming safety for the longest, and I'm getting tired of it. I get threatened on a daily basis, and it's not even fun to go to work anymore. I've been talking about quitting since last year. I'm talking about leaving that job. I can't take the stress anymore because I get threatened every day. Mentally, it changes us. And they say the first thing that come out their mouth is, "Oh, y'all got attitudes. Y'all get paid all this money. What are you? You could get this job. We hire like UPS now. We don't have the people to work there anymore due to the fact that they scared to come to work. We want to come to work the same way we left our house. We want to go home the same way we left our house. You know, I have a 19-year-old son now. He's in Dallas, Texas. And I be known anything happen to me, he gonna lose his mind. I know you've been trying to get me to quit forever. So it's like I was listening to a situation of mine, and he was like, "Why don't you wait this, and this?" And he's not even there anymore. You know, so that's when I decided not to quit. But now it's like I got to get up out of there because I'm not safe. We can't protect ourselves as an operator. We can't protect ourselves. So if we can
let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this question. Do you not see a different culture coming now that, you know, you got Facebook, you know, people are just not communicating like they used to back in the day. Okay.
Yeah.
So because you got Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all these other, you know, I'm talking to to watching myself, but I'm not really talking to a person. Do you think that the disconnection of human connection is what's causing the rage in, you know, the culture? I personally do, but because what you're saying to me is that common courtesy is no longer existing.
It doesn't at all. It does not. It's
everybody's got an attitude about.
They got an attitude about something. They mad at you about something. I got that blue uniform on. They're really upset with me with that blue uniform on. You know, the first thing that come out their mouth is you got to respect the public, but you're not respecting us. You know, like they'll jump on the bus, don't pay. I don't care. I'm not about to argue with you about some money that I'm not about to get put in my pocket. But when you disrespect me on top of that, there's an issue. You got on the bus, you went to go sit down, go have a seat and wait for your stop. That's it. But what you do is after you do all that, I ain't paying my MF and fare and I ain't got it and walk past. Wait, bro. All you got to say is I don't have any money. I ain't got this, blah, 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 blah. So on hard times, what should I do? I don't know what you should do. But what you not going to do is act a fool on this bus. I'm going to pull over and wait for the police. I don't want to sit here and wait, hit the silent alarm talking about I'm scared for my life. Basically, I'm only scared of one individual, and that's the creator, and that's God. That's the only one I'm scared of. I'm not scared of you. But if you decided you want to pull it and talk about something, you go ahead, and that's the quick thing to say. Call the police. Okay. You ain't gonna let me ride. Call the police, and you go sit down. All right, I'm gonna do what you ask, cause I'm gonna show you how much respect you have. Because once they put you off, they're gonna take you behind. Don't be too close to the police station, cause you're gonna go right there, and they're gonna take you right over there. That's it. It's not gonna just put you off the bus and just go about your day. No, they gonna take you right on in, cause they got a bad contract just like we do. So that's how that worked, you know. So. I thank you, Auntie, for calling in today. I got a cool caller. She calls me every week. But Earl's still waiting on his food. Just to let you know.
I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it. He's gonna get it for real. I got to do this thing tonight, and I think I'm gonna go see the Phyllis Hyman play the following week because it's gonna be here for a little while. It's a movie. It's called I Can't Stand Being Alone. It's a play. That's at my friend's theater, Theater 47 in Park Forest. This is a guilty plug about Phyllis Hyman and the fact that she commits suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
let me know.
Really
I want to go. I want to go. Huh? Hey, he said, "What? Don't rush. Whatever's convenient for you." So you had that food for him.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna because I want to make him say it on air. That he is now considering being a vegan. And I want to have him say it in front of the millions of our followers. That's what I want.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks a lot for calling in, Chef T. I'm about to get on up out of here. Love you, Auntie.
Love you.
Yeah. So, yo, this was like I said, you can still continue to call, and then, it's going to be a hot topic for everybody that's here, that's radio personalities here. And they're going to talk about this situation that happened yesterday. But once again, y'all, I thank y'all for tuning in, listening to me, Lady T, on the Rebirth of a Queendom radio on IntellectualRadio.com. Y'all gotta stay positive, stay woke. It's a lot that we do go through on a daily basis. And tune in next week. And remember, evolution is a movement. Evolving is a marathon, y'all. So continue to do that. Peace and one love. And I still see faith in seeing you guys next week. Thank y'all. One love.
There's a song in your song. It can flow from short to long in your song.